discipline, commitment, and long hours of hard work and dedication. Parents, I want to thank you for your support, for motivating your children to work hard, and for teaching them moral values such as respect, honesty, and compassion, enabling your children to be excellent students and excellent human beings. Thank you, parents, for allowing us to work with your children, our students. Their achievements tonight are only the beginning of many more to come. Buenas noches y bienvenidos a nuestra noche de reconocimientos para nuestros atletas. Soy Rocío Ramos, directora de la preparatoria, y orgullosa de estar aquí para reconocer a los estudiantes que han participado en diferentes deportes. Felicidades a nuestros estudiantes por todos sus logros que reflejan disciplina, dedicación y largas horas de muchos esfuerzos. A todos los padres los felicito por motivar a sus hijos a ser buenos estudiantes y por enseñarles valores como honestidad, respeto y compasión, permitiendo que sus hijos no solo sean excelentes alumnos, sino excelentes personas. Gracias, padres, por haber permitido trabajar con sus hijos, nuestros estudiantes. Sus logros esta noche son el principio de muchos otros por venir. To begin our awards, I would like to call on Luke Valdez, our class of 2023 president, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance after our national anthem. Please stand for our national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honoring the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. You may be seated.
At this time, I would like to call on our athletic director, Mr. Coach Tony Villarreal.
Thank you, Ms. Ramos. First of all, I'd like to welcome all our guests and our student athletes and our special guests, our board members. I guess they're going to get introduced real quickly, but I just want to take a little time to, on my part of the agenda, I'd like to thank all my coaches and all their wives and their significant others. It takes a lot to coach anywhere, but especially in Port Isabel. Our coaches commit a lot of time and effort, and they give up and they sacrifice for their families so they can be with our athletes. So I would like for everybody to give our coaches a big round of applause and their significant others. Tonight we're gathered to celebrate our All Sports Banquet, and we're going to highlight a lot of neat things, but I think we could start off with Our boys basketball team has won 2 district championships back to back. Those kind of achievements don't happen every year, but those are special opportunities. Our track team qualified quite a few regional finals, and so those are, over 13 kids went to the regional track meet. The regional track meet is almost like a state championship track meet. For us to qualify more than 10 is quite an accomplishment. Our powerlifting team, you're going to be, there's going to be a special presentation. We have a young lady who was a double state champion, so you're going to get to meet her tonight. So let's give them a round of applause. Some other highlights are football team, which supposedly everybody's, that's what we do is football. We won 2 bi-district championships back to back, so that's pretty special. You're going to get to see those young men. And also, there's a few athletes that are four-sport lettermen. So all of that, and then we also have a couple of girls that were a double all-star. In other words, they were an all-star in one sport, and then they ended up being an all-star in another sport. So that's quite unique. And you're going to see a lot more. Hopefully I didn't leave anybody out, but we'll have a great night tonight. So enjoy, and let's see what happens. Okay, thank you.
I can call Coach Howard to introduce our special guest.
Good evening. My name is Siobhan Howard, and I'm the Girls Athletic Coordinator here at the high school. At this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished guests. Our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Teresa Capistran. Board President, Ms. Heather Scott. Vice President, Ms. Emily Galvan. Board Secretary, Frank Cavalos Jr. Board Member, Ms. Cecilia Castillo. Board Member, Mrs. Cynthia Cantu. Board Member, Andrew LeBlanc. Board Member, Mrs. Berta Zamora. I would also like to take the time to introduce Port Isabel Early College's high school leadership team. Starting off with Mrs. Deborah Quist, Dean of Instruction. Ms. Holly Valdez, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Carlos, Assistant Principal. Our high school counselors, Ms. Virginia Mendoza. And Ms. Isabel Vera. I call on Mrs. Teresa Capistran to share a few words to our students and our families here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Howard, and welcome to all of our students and to our family members. Coming together every year at the end of the year and recognizing our student athletes is such an exciting time for all of us. As we are here today to celebrate all of you, as Coach Tony was mentioning right now, and as he was mentioning a lot of the highlights, it's hard to believe that it's already May. And we've had so many accomplishments throughout this year. And this could not be done without, first of all of our students and your dedication to not just yourself, but to the sport. Thank you so much to all of our coaches, as was mentioned earlier. And special thanks to our parents. Thank you so much for your commitment to your child and to our students, because we know that many of our students don't drive, and many of you had to bring them in. We started in the summer and early practices, late nights, the weekends, and that could not be done without the incredible team that we have here, from our school district to our families. So students, let's give your families a big round of applause and thank them. But as Coach Tony Tony mentioned earlier, our coaches put in many hours. And students, you see your coaches when they're here, when they're on the court, or when they're on the field, or when they're at a game. But you don't see the times that they're meeting with the coaches and looking at, okay, what worked, what didn't work, on the weekends, at night, and constantly throughout that whole season, even preseason. So at this time, I'm going to ask every coach, head coach, assistant coach, or any sport, to please stand up and be recognized. Thank you so much. Coaches, every coach, stand up. You're going to be recognized, but right now, this is your time. Thank you for all that you do for all of our students. We greatly appreciate everything that you do for us. So I'm excited about tonight. Again, thank you so much. Welcome, and let's continue with this program.
Thank you, Ms. Capitan. We will now begin recognizing our athletes. You do have an agenda on the order. I do want to add to our students, I know we have 9th grade sport, JV, and varsity that will be recognized tonight. And every accomplishment throughout, every sport is very important in the growth. And I want you to be inspired by our varsity teams as we grow our programs. And I know our seniors are leaving, and but again, they leave a lot of memories, a lot of experiences, and memories to learn from. So I know one of the things that we're starting here at Isabel Early College High School, it's everybody's going to get a pendant, the varsity team. So our JV students, we encourage you to continue the sport and move on to the varsity, so you can have your pins and have them in your backpack or your Letterman jacket. So every year we're going to begin this tradition of having this pendant that you can add to your collection. So we will begin with our Special Olympics, and for that we have Ms. Tina Rodriguez.
Good evening. It is my honor to recognize these incredible individuals. From bowling to track and field, these amazing students have put in their hard work needed to place at state. They recently competed at the area meet in Hidalgo, and even in the scorching heat, they managed to bring home multiple medals and earn their rightful spot at state, which they will be competing at next week in San Antonio. First up, we have Brianna Nicole Garcia. Francisco Gonzalez. Monica Gonzalez. Bugs Jacobs. Gracie Ramirez. Jonathan Rodriguez. Jason Wilson. If we can get Ms. Rodriguez and our board to take a picture, you can join us for a group picture.
school is the trainers, and Trainer T will introduce us.
Check, 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 check.
Well, first off, I want to tell these young men and women how personally grateful I am for their dedication to the Port Isabel High School Sports Medicine program and to me. These kids showed up every day, every practice, every game with smiles on their faces, a willingness to help, and a can-do attitude every single day. And frankly, I would not have been able to do my job without their help. This group has been one of my favorite groups of all time. They are so funny, extremely smart, motivated, and absolutely team players. I truly could not have asked for anything more. Brittany never has a frown. She's always smiling and always helps in any way she can. This year I had the opportunity to watch her grow as an excellent athlete and as a person. It was a pleasure, Brittany. Thank you. George Ontiveros, so sweet, so funny, and such an integral part of our team. George kept a smile on our faces all year long. Although this was his first year at Port Isabel, he immediately fit in with our Tarpon family. George, I cannot wait to see what your future brings. George, thank you. Oliver Ledesma, my main man, my right hand, and our rock. If you went to any athletic event this year, you probably saw this young man. Football, basketball, track, you name it, he covered it. As my head student trainer, Oliver was nothing short of amazing. Even after a great personal loss, he showed up willing to help in any way possible. He is an incredible human being, and I know one day Oliver is going to be an excellent healthcare provider. Oliver, I cannot thank you enough for all your hard work this year. You are going to do amazing things in life. Oliver, thank you.
Again, our special guest, if you can join us for a picture.
Okay, you're good, you're good. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2. Congratulations.
For the next sports, JV will be presented as a team, and varsity will be presented individually. We have Coach Lasso for JV softball and varsity softball.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Coach Lasso, the head softball coach for Port Isabel. What can I say about these JV girls? The one thing that they all have is this enthusiasm to learn. They're an incredible group of girls. They're always at practice no matter what. These girls would go over, do a little bit of a speed circuit training at the track, and then go for softball practice right after. We tried to get a good schedule for them. Unfortunately, not too many. We could carry 2 JV teams if we wanted to. But we just basically dealt with the district schedule. They learned every day. A lot of these girls are loving softball so much that they just want to play softball and nothing else, even though we're going to have a talk about that. These girls have been fantastic throughout the whole year, and really, when I tell you the future is bright, it's really bright. So thank you, JV girls, for everything.
We're gonna take a picture with you all.
Okay, so before I go on, and I really wanted to mention this right before we started the varsity presentation, a head coach is only good as a staff. And to be honest with you, I got 3 good ones. Now, I don't know how else to say this, but I know I have 2 that can possibly be head coaches anywhere. Okay, I'm going to start off with my first assistant, my rock, my corner. She's always got my back no matter what, and that's Michelle Lopez. The soldier of the group, the guy that's ready to do whatever, and whether it's set up the practice field, whether it's getting the equipment, whatever we need, coach, I always bug up in the 4th or 5th inning and say, hey, can you call and order so many meals because we're going to win this game early, things like that. And sometimes I say, no, hold on. But the next person is Julio Barrera. And this next gentleman, I don't know what else to say about him, but I will be completely and totally honest with you. He's a volunteer. He comes and helps out like if he was the head coach of the team. He's always quick to help out. He's always quick to give a suggestion. And quite frankly, I don't know where we would be without this man. I mean, he is my outfield coach. And for those of you that know softball, our outfield is pretty dang good. Okay, and I really put it out to this guy, Jared Martinez. So the varsity team was faced with a very tough schedule this year. We had a very tough tournament schedule. We started off PSJA, went to La Jolla, and then finished off in Brownsville. We played nothing but 6A and 5A teams to prepare for the postseason, to hopefully get to the postseason, which we did. I can tell you for a fact that a lot of teams that are still playing in the playoffs, we played them. And there's a couple still playing in the playoffs that we beat. Okay, talk about United in Laredo. These girls were faced with that task and they didn't waver. They were there, they were practicing hard, working hard, doing the little extra things. I mean, in the summertime, we made it our goal to make it to the playoffs. And we started in the weight room and worked through the weight room, then worked through our skills. We are blessed with some very, very good senior leadership, senior players that are going to be extremely, extremely hard to replace. But I know the young ones on this team are very willing and able to take on that task and hopefully do the same job. We finished with a 12-13 record overall. We were 7-4 in regular season, and we ended our trip at the playoffs versus Cal out. The positives that come out of that, well, you see your softball team grow. And the one thing about a softball team, and I think about any other team, is you see the girls start to come close. They start to gel. They start to work together. And you see the friendships that have been formed, not only through softball, but through all their other sports that they participate in. I am blessed with this group because they are very high academic standards on this team, and they reach them. There's a lot of them that are in the top 10. There's a lot of them that are, as you're going to learn a little bit, are academic all-state, and then we have a few that are actually academic all-Americans with the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association, which is a big, big deal, at least in my eyes, for them, because this is not just the state of Texas, this is a nation that we're talking about. Unfortunately, I have no district awards yet, because we haven't done any district selections. That will come next week, but I will let the girls know what they got and how they did. Okay? Hopefully we can pull off what we pulled off last year where everybody got an all-district selection. Okay, so let's start off with some awards, and I'll call you out alphabetically. Some of you have awards, but let's go with Kimberly Varela first. Kimberly, can you stand forward, please? So, Kimberly has a little award that we gave her here. She is our newcomer of the year. Now, she's a tough kid. She's tough on herself. She never, Coach Lopez and I talked about how good she is throughout the season and really how amazing she is, not only defensively, but offensively as well. There was times when she came through with big hits. And thank you, Kim, for that. Thank you for everything. Yeah, that was awesome. So she's a junior, and we're expecting big things from her. Drea Garcia. Last year she was my fishy. This year she's my little one. Those are little nicknames that we give her. She is a beast, and she is blessed with the fact that she was basically taken under her wing by Selena and is the future of this team in terms of pitching. No pressure. Thank you, Drea, for everything. Kimbo spent a lot of time in our JPs. Kimberly Garza, she came up to varsity last year, and she did a fantastic job for us. Spot playing, I mean, there was games where she jumped in, and she just saved the day for us. Thank you, Kimbo. Chelsea Gonzalez. upstairs, this little girl is a silent assassin. She is quiet, smiles all the time, but when it's time to play any sport, she's ready to go after you. She is also our Offensive Player of the Year. She had a 637 batting average overall. At one point in the season, she was well over 700 of batting average. So if you know anything about her or about softball, that's pretty darn good. Thank you, Chelsea. Selena. I don't know what else to say about this young lady. She is top-notch. She is without a doubt the MVP of this team, as that's why we named her MVP of the team. A lot of what we did and how we did things went through Selena. She is a very coachable young lady. She always gives suggestions. She is an academic All-American, and she's also academic All-State. So that's a big deal. I've had personal conversations with Selena and Selena's parents, and I can tell you that this is one kid that I'm going to miss all my kids, but I'm going to miss Selena a lot because she's the heart of this team. When I told Andrea that she's got big shoes to fill, she does. So thank you, Selena, for everything. Natalie Martinez. Multi-sport athlete. She is ready to get after it in anything, and when she makes her goal, that's what she's going to go after. She's going to get her goal. Okay, Natalie is a beast. Not only athletically, but academically as well. She does not have any all-state academic honors because she's only a sophomore, and that award goes to seniors. So, but I know when she gets there, she's going to get there. So, Natalie, thank you for everything, Leon. Number 4 on your program, but number 1 for the 2023 class of Port Isabel High School. I give Oasis a Fighting Target Award. She is easily and vastly probably one of the most improved players on our team. She gets after it. She really, because she's so invested in her academic future, she really only practiced with us after school. So for her to do what she did this entire season, it's been a big, big deal for her. Oasis is going to miss you, kiddo. Thank you. Miss Hannah. Hannah's new to our varsity team this year. She spot played, but one thing I can tell you about Hannah is she never wavered. When I called on her, we had a situation where we had our catcher go down with an injury, and she ran out of the field because we had to make adjustments, and I just told her to play your tail off. And she said, I got you. Like if nothing ever bothered her. She's done this before in her life. So thank you for that. Coach Tony talked about a couple of 2-time All-Stars. Well, that's Lainey Mata. Many different sports, and for lack of better terms, she's a stud. We're going to miss this one completely. She took over the shortstop roles, and we had to make adjustments at her catcher position and other positions, and she was there to do it. She hadn't played shortstop since she was a little girl, but she took it, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get some small district honors for her pretty soon. Thank you, Lainey. Okay, so like Selena, the other one is April. All-state champion, rather. And let me kind of give you a story. This little girl tore her ACL in August. Okay, she's doing powerlifting in what, December, Mia? January. Doing powerlifting in January. That's not supposed to happen. okay? Then she comes and plays softball. And if I would say, hey, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. If I could see that, her knee was bothering, she didn't care. I'm good, coach, I'm good. I got you, whatever you need. Wherever I need to go, I got you. And one time I put her in the outfield, and she looked at her knee, and she says, okay, I'll go do it. But that was an emergency situation. April, I'm going to miss you, Mija, more than you know. You're the voice of the team, and you're always up front with me, and I'm going to miss that. Thank you, Mija, for everything. Lex! The most improved young lady ever. She went our first conversation last year, and is it okay to share? No, yes? Right before a game, I kind of went up to her, and I tried to be very honest with the girls and up front with them, and I let her know that she wasn't going to start. And I felt like a jerk because it brought tears to her eyes, and her words were, it's okay, I understand. But I think what it did is it lit a fire in her. Because everything that was hit to Lex this year, she didn't drop. She had diving catch against Zapata. She had multiple pickups where she was almost throwing girls out. When we asked her to hit, she came up big to hit. I mean, she took a shot in the chest against Mercedes, and she didn't even blink when she was trying to bunt. Because of that, and because of her efforts, I gave Lex Defensive Player of the Year. And last but certainly not least, Malia Villarreal. Malia, when she's playing at practice, at least, she doesn't do this in the game, but she always gives the entire team a huge laugh because when we're hitting to the outfield, she says, "Oh God," real loud, and she's running after the ball. She says some other things we can't say, and then she catches the ball and she throws it, and she laughs like it was nothing, like she had it all along. Malia is very forward. She's very front. She'll tell you how she feels, and I'm very appreciative of that. She became a mainstay at left field last year, and I don't think she ever came off the field this year. Thank you, Malia, for all your efforts. I want to thank everyone tonight for being here, and most importantly, thank you, girls, for everything that you've done and everything that you're going to accomplish, not only this year, but next year. Thank you so much.
We can come together for a picture, please.
Girls, can you all get in front? So we get in front of them. Get in front. Okay.
Next we have Coach Barbarella with the JV baseball and varsity baseball.
I'm not going to take a long time. Thank you, Lasso. Go ahead and come up here, varsity guys, as well. Just want to thank all the parents for letting me and us coaches coach your children. It's a big privilege, to coach these individuals, and we treat them like their own children. When they're down, we're down. When they're excited, we're excited, and that's the way it should be. I just want to talk about my JV team really quick. There's a few guys missing. It's a fun group. We worked on a lot of improvement This is pretty much my developmental league that's going to be the varsity probably next year or 2 years. And I see a lot of guys that are very committed and you know, working hard to make it to the varsity level to help us out. Thank you, JV guys. I also want to thank my assistant coaches, Pete Garcia, he's my hitting coach. You know, Coach Alex Canul, he's our pitching coach and also helps us out with defense. You know, not all my varsity teams here as well. You know, this summer we started off a summer league and we try to recruit everybody. And, you know, we got a lot of football players, basketball players, whatever we could. And so let's just do what we can, see what we can do to improve. And, you know, these guys just fought every day to get better. They're here Saturdays, you know, working their tail off and trying to find a way to win. And, you know, we, up to the last game of the season, you know, we got to the point where, you know, we're in the play-in for a playoff game. Unfortunately, we lost that game, but, you know, it really inspired most of our youth and our younger guys, knowing how much we need and, you know, what work ethic we need to do to get to the next level, to the playoff level. And I'd like to thank the varsity guys for, you know, at least getting, you know, close to that little accomplishment. And, you know, I'm guaranteeing that we'll be there next year. Good job, varsity guys, and thanks a lot for the great season.
Can a couple of you all come to the front?
I'm proud of you.
Next, we have the golf, and Coach Villarreal will introduce, followed by JV track for girls and boys.
Thank you, Ms. Ramos. This year, we had a real interesting golf season. We started up really well in January and ended up playing participating in 6 tournaments. And like everything else, in any sports, you build on something and then you get a little bit better and a little bit better. Well, these guys just continually improved every week, and so with our coaches, with our boys team, they ended up, let's give them a big round of applause. They came in 2nd place, district runner-up. Justin Garza was 1st team all-district. Lucas Trujillo was 2nd team all-district. And Luke Valdez was 2nd team all-district. And they qualified for regionals and did real well. So give them a big round of applause. In our girls' side, we have Andrew Jackson that also participated and played really well. So let's give them a big round of applause one more time. Thank you.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. One, two,
Now call on Coach Howard to introduce the JV
Good evening. Okay, so JV track, just starting out with trying to juggle all these schedules between basketball, soccer, and softball. We lie at the bottom. And I want to tell you that I am biased to those that compete in track because I know how challenging and difficult this sport is. You know, it's basically your team sports punishment. Running, jumping, throwing, and it's athleticism. It's trying to be the best athlete you could possibly be. These girls in the JV track and field team finished second in the district. So let me just tell you the amazing accomplishment that is. Considering the fact that last year, this JV team was none. There was no one competing at the JV level. There was no relays. There was hardly any competitors. So for these girls to come out and compete for Port Isabel High School at the JV level is phenomenal. So the following students were district champions at this district invitational. Some of them are in this area, but nonetheless, here they go. District champions for the JV meet were Crystal Grenier, Hallie Mata, Nevea Pus, Samantha De La Garza. Okay, our 4x2 were district champions. We were trying to take down this particular school, I forgot the name of it. But when you're trying to take down this school, I mean, you have to go with an army. So I really do appreciate these girls, you know, building a rapport with me, building a rapport with their coaches, and believing that this sport can aid all your other sports. I truly am very blessed to have these student athletes. So our Lady Tarpon scored 128 points and finished off the season stronger and faster, without a doubt. So the best is yet to come. So thank you, girls. Now on to the varsity. Go ahead. All right, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of our amazing staff members that make all this work. For those of us that don't know, track and field has 17 events. 17 events. And not all of them are running. When you're talking about field events, it takes pretty much a knowledgeable expert to be able to coach the technical aspects of the event, to be able to have the student athlete achieve its greatest potential, okay? And so we have some of the best around. First of all, we have Coach Harber. Coach Harber is a PIHS alum, and he's also our cross-country coordinator along with junior high and high school assistant coach. Coach Harber, the only thing he failed to do was that one meet on that Thursday. Other than that, he went to all the meets from junior high all the way up, which is amazing. And we had a lot of meets this year, and Coach Harper made it work. He drove many miles. I thank you to his wonderful principal who allowed him to come and coach and spread his wealth of knowledge to these young athletes. Really do appreciate it. Coach Nancy Hernandez, Coach Rodriguez, Coach Juan Torres, Coach Raymond Garcia, Coach John Galileo, and I would want to appreciate also the junior high coaches who work with our youth and the bottom all the way up, because without them and their hard work and their dedication to this sport, we would not have the success at this level. Coach Sassy Trejo, Olivia Solis, Coach Flora Badio, and Coach Sabrina Garza, who coach the girls at the junior high level. So now, The Lady Tarpons Track and Field varsity team was back on the scene this year with strong will and determination to achieve greatness. At the district meet, we had several district champions, area qualifiers, and team scorers. The ladies finished second in the district and qualified 13 out of 17 events to the area track and field meet. With fierce competition in the area, the ladies competed with pride, and 3 Lady Tarpons qualified for the regional meet in Kingsville. Overall, this season was filled with many amazing personal bests, program growth, and exciting momentum for next season. So we first acknowledge senior Rosana Rona. Quickly, she was an area qualifier in the 3,200 meter run and the 1,600 meter run. Rosalind is a senior and has never competed in track, and we've had this conversation many times. We wish she would have, but we are so blessed to have her this year, and we thank her for all her efforts. Sophomore Emily Barrage. Emily started on the relays. Then we put her on the hurdle crew, and she excelled, and also was a high jumper for us. She qualified for area, qualified for regionals as a sophomore, so we're expecting great things from her as well. Junior Rebecca Camacho. Rebecca Camacho is very well versed in the track scene. She was part of our relays, and she's also a high jumper. She's an area qualifier in the high jump. We had this conversation about trying out the 400 meter run. If anybody has seen this event, it's quite grueling. And Rebecca Camacho took the bull by the horn and said, "Coach, I got it. Whatever you believe that I can do, I'll do it." And she's that type of kid. So the 400 meter run, she competed at the area meet and also the relays for us at the area meet. So we're glad to have her back next year. Nadia Flack, who competed with us this year, she's a freshman, district scorer in the high jump. We have Chelsea Ray Gonzalez, district champion for the shot put out of distance. Area qualifier for the shot of the disc, regional qualifier for the shot of the disc, placed 6th at regionals in the discus, and the only point scored for Port Isabel Early College High School. So we're really proud of her. Now a little bit about Chelsea. I've known Chelsea for quite some time, and I told her that there hasn't been a double champion at district since Daniela Murchison back then when I used to coach her. So she was next up, and before Daniela, it was myself. So congratulations to her. We're really excited for the summer and next year. Senior Corina Gonzalez, she's a district competitor, and she ran the mile. Anything we put her in, she was ready to compete. The mile, the 800, the 3200. Thank you for all your efforts, Corina, this year. Junior Valerie Gonzalez. Valerie Gonzalez is part of the relay crew. She's also an area qualifier in the relays, competed in the jumps as well, and we're excited to have her back next year. Chrisley Grenier, sophomore. Well, Chrisley's lineage goes back some time when her parent, Denise, and I used to compete together back when, not that far time ago, but a little bit long ago. And so Chrissy was out in softball last year, came out in track this year, and she found her passion. So we're excited to have her. She's the area qualifier in the 100 meter dash, part of the relay crew, and also a triple jump area qualifier as well. So she's only a sophomore, so big things coming from her in the years to come. Lainey Mondo was dueling between softball and track. She made it work. She's part of the relay crew and also competed in any event that we needed her to be in. Area qualifier in the relays, and she scored at district in the long jump. We have Laura Mosqueda. Laura Mosqueda is a quarter runner. She's also in the 4x4 relays, and she's also an area qualifier as well in the relays. Emily Ramos is not here with us today, but Emily Ramos is the district champion in the 300 hurdles, area qualifier in the 100 hurdles, and a regional qualifier in the 100 meter hurdles. And she's only a junior, so we're excited to have her back next year. Julieta Reese, freshman, also been distance competitor this year. Gracie Salinas, district scorer in the pole vault. I know Miss Gracie is here in there this I said, no, you can score. All you have to do is clear the opening height, and you got that point, girl. And that's exactly what she did, and we really appreciate her efforts and her belief in herself and her coaches. Thank you. We have Precious Vasquez. She's another one that I had to pursue, and I said, hey, Shapa, you got it, girl. Let's go out there and throw far. And so she did, and she earned a point at district for the varsity team. Great job. Last but not least, we have Amber Villarreal, area qualifier in the relays district score in the 100 meters. And that is it. Our track team has grown enormously. These girls have bought into the philosophy of what this sport can do for them as an individual, as an athlete, as a competitor. And we couldn't be more proud of these athletes and excited for the future. Thank you so much.
Next we have Coach Carrillo for the boys JV and varsity track.
Good evening, guys. First of all, I just want to thank the parents for allowing you guys to bring the kids to practice and let us coach them. First, I want to introduce my JV. They're coached by Coach Torres. So Coach Torres will say a little words about the JV squad. Okay.
Good evening. JV track, also known as off-season football. We encourage all our football players to run track. That's basically why I'm coaching it. I'm very proud of the numbers that we had. We had big growth in numbers. I think last year we had maybe 10 to 12. On any given track meet, we took about 30 kids. There's nothing better than getting off a bus to a JV meet and just going to battle with guys that you know are there to compete and are going to be on your football team the next year. So that to me was very exciting. Another exciting news that we had was Coach Campillo rated my JV team and moved them up to the varsity. Okay, so that's always good. If you're a JV coach and they're taking your players, that's good. That's what you want to do. You want to develop those kids and give them the confidence that they need to succeed at the varsity level. Not only did they move up to the varsity level, but they were very successful. I know Nathaniel and Christopher Gonzalez started off on the JV and they ran on our relays. Robert Medina was winning the 100, 200. Michael Bryan was doing well. And then I got guys like Dylan Green and Daniel Galvan that are winning their heat in the 200-meter dash. And that's great because those guys play linebacker. So if you're running the 200-meter dash and you're a linebacker, you're probably running against the running back. That's the guy you got to catch on Friday night. So I was proud of them for buying in. It's a good group. It's a special group. I was so happy to coach you guys, and the sky's the limit for you guys. We placed third in the district meet. We still need some more numbers. Okay, so if you're out there sitting down and you're not doing track, okay, next year come see me. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Torres. Okay, go.
Squeeze in, come on. Pretend like you like it.
One, two, three, one more.
Thank you, Coach Torres. Just like Coach Torres said, he would carry 30 guys with him on the JV, and we only have 3 coaches on the boys' side, and so he really helped me out tremendously. Without Coach Torres, I don't know where I would be. But my Coach already said, we had 30 guys on the JV, but on the varsity, I only carried about 12 to 13. Okay? And just to tell you a little bit about the varsity, I only have one senior and one junior. The rest were freshmen and sophomores. Okay, so I did have to steal a little bit of half these from Coach Motors. But like I said, Caleb, he's probably the senior leadership in our ball club, on our track team. And he was our district champion in the shot put. And he also placed second in the discus at the district meet. My junior, Evan Galvan, he's like my captain of the field events. He's been qualifying. He was a district champ last year in the triple jump, and this year as well, he was second place. So this year he made it to regionals, and he made it. Like Coach Sonia was saying, the regional meet is like the state meet. It's the biggest region, and the Class 4A. So making it to regionals is a big accomplishment. So give Evan Galvan a big round of applause. Like I said, I have 11 athletes on the varsity, and 8 of them qualified to the area meet and also to the regional meet. We were the district champs in the 4x2, and we were second place at the area meet, and we had a chance to qualify to regionals with that group, the 4x2. And that 4x2 consisted of Eli Garza, he's not here today. He's a freshman, and my second freshman, Luis Ramos, he's also on that relay team. But the one I really want to brag on, he's here right now, Nathaniel Gonzalez. Like Coach Gordon said, he started off on the JV and was running JV until probably meet 5. I moved him up, and he has done a tremendous job for me on the varsity. He also placed at the district meet on the 200, but he really excelled in the relays, and I want to thank Nathaniel Gonzalez for being a tremendous help. Next in line, Edward Sanchez. He's my starter in every relay that we run. The 4x1, the 4x2, and the 4x4. This individual has a tremendous heart. He never says no. I could put him in 3 races back to back, and he'll tell me, Coach, whatever you need me, I'll run for you. So Edward Sanchez. He's also only a sophomore. The next in line is the other twin, Christopher Gonzalez. A lot of people, when they see Christopher Gonzalez, they think he's a thrower at the track meets. He's actually my sprinter. One of the fastest guys in our team, and people are at all when they see him run because they've never seen someone move so fast for his size. The only thing, he has no brakes, so sometimes he just doesn't stop and keeps on running. Okay, so that's Christopher Gonzalez, also a sophomore. Our next individual, JJ Aceves. If I had to give an award of most improved, I would probably give it to JJ. He started off in the JV throwing the shot put. His first year ever doing shot put, and he improved tremendously. I moved him up in the last meet, and he placed 4th in the district meet and qualified area. He improved like 6 feet, and if you throw the shot put, if you ever thrown the shot put, to improve 6 feet in a year, that's a tremendous feat. I've never seen anyone do that, and I expect big things from him next year. And JJ Aceves. Future here, another sophomore, Jesus Gaitan. He's our mid-distance man. He runs the 800, the 400, and he just wants to run every race. He thinks he's a sprinter, a long-distance guy. He just wants to run, and I expect big things from him next year, Jesus Gaitan. Joaquin Rodriguez, also a freshman. Middle distance, 800. like Coach Howard says, the future is bright for track. We're all freshmen and sophomores, and for the first time since I've been here, I've never qualified so many people to regionals. Last year we qualified only 3, and this year we qualified 8. So I'm expecting the whole team next year to qualify at regionals. Okay, and like we're expecting big things from these guys. The future's bright. We're only losing one senior. We're really going to miss Caleb. He has great leadership, and he shows these guys how to work throughout the whole week. So I really want to thank Caleb for all his hard work this year, and I can't wait to be up here next year and make sure to get all our relay teams to regionals next year. Thank you.
Can I get 4 of y'all in the front? 4 of y'all in the front?
4 guys at the back.
Next we have Coach Hedrick and Coach Bonin for the powerlifting.
Hello, good evening, and thank you all for having me here this evening. School board members, Mrs. Douglas Brown, Ms. Ramos, Coach Tony. It's really an honor to be up here tonight. Powerlifting is a little unique. It works a little different. We don't have a JV and varsity. We're all kind of thrown to the wolves. That's what I like to call it as we start. How it works is you lift, you get a total, and they rank you by your weight class. And so there's no JV meet, there's no varsity meets. What we do is we attend about 67 invitationals, and as the kids get higher in the rankings for the weight class, the top 12 in every weight class advance to regionals and then on to state if we qualify. I apologize, I'm not speak about all of y'all. If not, I would be up here longer than Coach Lazo. I love all of y'all, you know that, and I hold a special place in my heart. But I would like to ask if you're a regional qualifier, please step forward. We had a very successful season. I'm going to start with the boys over here. These are 3 of the 5 that we qualified. Starting with Caleb, he's a 2-time regional qualifier. He was in the 198 weight class, very tough weight class. Them in the 181s, they're the strong boys. So, really good meet for him. He ended up coming in 10th out of the whole region, which our region is the strongest region. So that's a lot, proud thing to say about. So congratulations, Caleb. Next up, we have our first-time regional qualifier, Zeke Palestina. Very strong kid. He's going to be a junior, qualified for the 220 weight class, and he'll be back next year. Next up, we got Arnold Lopez, regional and state qualifier. Let me tell you about Arnold. Arnold's barely a freshman, and we went to the state championship. There was 15 state qualifiers, and he was one of 2 freshmen. And out of the 15 qualifiers, Arnold came in 10th, and the other freshman came in last. So he has a bright future, and I'm really proud of you, and wish you the best of luck, sir. Moving over to the girls, 15 girls on our team. Starting off with Emma Varela, 2-time regional qualifier. Victoria Lopez, first-time regional qualifier. Zaria Bowling, 2-time regional qualifier. Stacy Suarez, 2-time regional qualifier. Now for our outstanding lifters, I'll include Arnold Guinness. He advanced to state 2, but our 3 state qualifying lifters, Chelsea Ray Gonzalez. Chelsea came in 5th at regionals. She advanced to state meet. She had the best meet ever. She lifted her butt off. She maxed out on all of her lifts and fell in 7th. So great season, Chelsea. Natalie, hard worker. One of the heart of our team as well. Like they said in softball as well, but. She came in 5th at regionals, and to advance to state, you can get your qualifying total, or your rank number 1 and 2 in the state or in the region. So her whole podium advanced to state because there's that many strong girls in her weight class. So 148 is probably the strongest weight class in all of powerlifting. And then she made great strides at regionals, and then state. I said, you know what? This is the biggest platform I've ever seen at state with 23 lifters hitting the total to qualify, a bunch of strong girls. And as we're going to deadlift, her best lift is deadlift. I said, we're confident, and we came in, we're about, to the low part of the roster, our total wasn't up there yet. Her first pool came, and we have a shot. So out of 22 girls placing 5th at regionals, she also placed 5th at state. So congratulations, man. And for our last one, our senior, also team really had 3 seniors on our team. One was Caleb, other is Paulette, she's not here tonight, and we got April on my side right here now. April was the state champion last year, 2022 state champion. She also finished state champion this year, just coming in and running up as well. I want to say something special about April. Coach Lowsy mentioned earlier about her tearing her ACL and Miss Summer cheerleading. And of course, she was scared to call me and tell me herself, so I had to find out from the coaching staff. But knowing April, learning her over the years, I knew she was going to panic. I researched it myself, I got on the horn and called up a bunch of my colleagues about how we're going to rehab her and get her back because we need her and she belongs here. So once they told me, don't worry, coach, I knew the strong person that she is, she was going to come up and come back like no other. We practice at 6 a.m. and part of the reason for that is because all these individuals you've seen up here already, they're in other sports, so we practice at 6 a.m. so that they're able to go to their other practice after school. I told them I'll be showing up at 5:30, and she set the tone for everybody. She's the first one there at 5:25, and opening the doors. And we said by the time 6 o'clock rolls, we all have to be warmed up and rolling. It's 5:30 in the morning. She's the first one there, unlocking the door with me, with the whole plan right behind them, because she set an example of what talking powerlifting should be about. So thank you very much, April. You've been a blessing. So long time coming. We've been meaning to get this to you. It's an honor that you really deserve. For her state championship last year and this year, we have gotten you a state championship ring.
Again.
Next, we will have Coach Johnny Nieto for the girls varsity JV and varsity soccer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Coach Nieto. I am the Lady Tarpons head soccer coach. Before we get started with our talking about our season, first of all, I'd like to thank my assistant coach, Coach Arlen Aramillo. She helped me out so much this year. Very helpful. I'd also like to thank the school board members and our superintendent for making great decisions for our district, our AD, Tony Marial, principal, Lucia Ramos, assistant principals, our principal, Ms. Gonzalez, trainer Taria, Coach Savon Hernandez, and all the lady and men coaches. Also, thanks Joanna Garza and all the maintenance and bus drivers that maintain our facilities and get us from point A to point B. The JV girls did extremely well this year. We started off, when we first started practice, and a lot of them had trouble dribbling, had trouble passing the ball, could not pass the ball to each other, had that trouble. But after so much practice and practice, they went ahead, and when they were on the field, they were always outperforming the other teams. So this year, they stayed undefeated and defeated all the other JV schools they faced during the season. I'll let these girls know that they hit the weight room hard all the time, and keep on grinding, girls, because like many coaches said before, the future's bright for you guys. Okay. Good job, ladies. All right. Last year, our ladies went 5-17, and it was a little struggle. But this year, we improved so much. We went 11-10 overall and 7-7 in district. We started off strong, even a couple 5As and hanging with the 6As in tournaments before district began. This helped us tremendously as we won our district opener. Unfortunately, though, our last game determined whether we would go to the playoffs, and we ended up coming up short, losing 1-0. But even though it's painful, the loss has motivated these ladies to be hungry for next season coming up. And I would like to start off with our captain, Ross, the boss, Verona. She was our first team all-district midfielder. She has a lot of love and passion for our game of soccer. From last year to this year, she's improved so much. And her deep ball kept us in so many games. Thank you so much, Ross. Wendy Hernandez, I believe she's here today. One of our co-captains. Jennifer Martinez, another one of our co-captains. Thank you, ladies. And I'll start off with our seniors. Corina, Corin Gonzalez. Thank you so much for all the hard work. Jacqueline Chiquila Palacio, thank you for all the hard work. Crystal Sanchez, thank you for all the hard work. Lisha Torres, thank you for all the hard work. And Leon Martinez, which is not here right now. Our juniors, Katie Espinosa, second team all-district defense. This was her first year playing, and she did exceptionally well this year. Really, really good. Valerie Gonzalez, second team all-district midfielder. Her first year on the varsity, and she impressed a lot of other coaches from other teams. Daniel Hernandez, during our games, she was all over the field, running back and forth. Thank you for all the hard work you put in. Alma Juarez is not here right now. She got all district honorable mention. Defense. Abigail Moore, great job for all the hard work you put in. Thank you, Sister Abigail. We got Laura Mosqueda, all district honorable mention. Midfielder. For all the hard work you put in. Luke's a partner who's not here. We have Brittany Solorio, aka Britt Dog, all district second team. We got our sophomores. We got Melanie Hernandez, all district honorable mention. She started off not playing with in the beginning of the season, but later on she came in and helped us win some ball games. We have Esmer Cardigosa, who's not here. Mia Perdomo, who's not here. Livia Post, who's not here. But Livia Post got all district honorable mention defense. And last but not least, Desiree Emocha Bedari. So you guys don't need to think anything about soccer. Our defense was very, very stingy. You could barely get the ball across. If you got the ball across, then you have to deal with Des. So our games were really close, really, it was rowdy. Our games got real rowdy. But on a final note, though, to all my soccer girls, thank you so much for all the hard work you put in. You put in hard work and dedication, and it will pay off. To my seniors, thank you for everything you put into the program and working hard for not only us coaches, but for your teachers as well. If you ever need anything in the future, always know your coaches are always here for you. Thank you, guys.
I now invite Coach Ortiz for the boys soccer, JV, and varsity.
Nope. Okay, so really quick, I want to introduce the boys JV soccer team. The team's doubled in size. You can't see it from here, but there's a lot more of them. So this is the first time we actually had to have a full season. I'm very proud of them. This is the first
first time where I get to see people develop instead of just throwing them into a varsity game. Just to keep it short for the sake of time, I'm very proud of the guys that stayed consistently practicing. Most of these guys are freshmen, and in the upcoming years, since we're only losing 5 seniors at the varsity level, you know, we're not making playoffs yet, but hopefully next year's the goal. So this is a JV team. Thank you.
Can a couple of you boys come forward?
Now the varsity. So really quick, I just want to say special thanks to my assistant coach, Galcine. He's been with me through every step of the way in the preseason, during the district season. He's been the voice of reason, the one that helps me calm down, the one that helps me to make rational decisions during the game, after practice. You know, he's been a mentor to me. He's been very helpful. And with the improvements that we've had this season, I definitely don't think this team would be where it is right now, receiving the honors that they've received and making the progress of being competitive against some of these Brownsville schools in soccer. If you guys don't know, Brownsville's home to many state championship teams, at least 5 overall right now. And the teams that we play against are within that city, so they play on a daily basis. And this is the first year that I've received so many compliments from our opponents. And so I want to thank Coach Galcine for helping us. So again, you know, this is my second year with the boys team. I was with the girls previously. For 2 years we had a good run, and the freshman team, or some of the freshmen that are on that team are graduating now. There's one more wave of freshmen coming up as juniors. And I know it's not my team to talk about, but I do want to just congratulate Roz Marona again for accomplishing everything she's done up to this point. I'm very proud of her. But back to the boys, you know, in no specific order, we have Jose Gonzalez, Jonathan Ramirez, Derek Herrera, Pedro Gomez, and Angel Mendez. You know, all first year playing soccer at the high school level, all at the varsity level, very competitive. Some of them starting, some of them just being substitutes where we need them, but they stepped up and they made a big difference. And then next we have our newcomer of the year, our goalkeeper, Luis Ulloa. So thanks to Luis, you know, he's blocked over 50 goals, which is way more than some goalies need to within the first 2 tournaments. He's an amazing young man. He's only a freshman, so when you have freshman goalies, that's just a lifesaver because that's your insurance for 4 years. So I want to welcome Luis to the team. Next up, we have Julio Cortez, who's by far the most improved player that we've had. An all-academic player. Grades isn't an issue. Julio was on the JV last year, and now he became a starting right wing. He's done everything and anything that I've ever asked him to do. He does like to play from time to time, but when it's time to get to work, I've seen him grow. I've seen him emulate his captains. I've seen him imitate them and almost replicate their movements. I'm very proud of Julio Cortez. Next up is Edward Sanchez, who I don't know if there's many other athletes like him in the Valley. I know in the school we do have a good amount of them, but every one of those kids, you're going to see him several times. At least 2 more times after this. He's the fighting target for this team. He's two-time second team all-district. He's the kind of guy in the soccer field where the team's going to go the opposite way. It's a full football field, and no one wants to take him on. I've seen him play against Westlaco East and challenge 3 players from Jubilee at once, and the guys do not want any of it. He's jumped over people, he's slid under them, he's ran into them. He's aerial, and he's all over the place. He's an animal. He's Edward Sanchez. Next up is another special player. It's his first year here. And whenever you have new players that you're not... All right, not done yet. Okay. Gabriel Cordova, he's the all-district newcomer of the year. He stepped up, and him with Edward and Luis helped to bring the team to all these overtime plays. He's an amazing young man, an amazing athlete, fast, strong. Every team thought that he was the newest player to make a difference, so this is our all-district newcomer of the year. Next up is one of our co-captains, Erickson Ramirez, who unfortunately did not get to finish off the season due to medical issues. He's an amazing young man. Again, he's very smart, very gifted, very talented. He's a musician. I know soccer is one of the biggest things, or one of the most important things to him, and it broke my heart to not be able to see him on the field. When you have someone who wants to be there and can't be there, it's very difficult. And even though he wasn't there physically, he was there emotionally and vocally to help yell at the guys and cheer them on to victories. And I'm very proud and honored to say that he played for this team. And then here's our second co-captain, Jose Noriega, who's an all-district honorable mention forward and midfielder. He is the team offensive MVP of the year. Jose is fast, strong. Again, he was up there with the forwards trying to take shots and then having to run all the way back down to control the midfielder. He does everything that you need him to do. He's an amazing person. He's very kind, but one of the most competitive people I've ever met. I've never seen someone just switch like that and become an animal. And try and carry his team as much as he could, but it's an 11-man sport. He's never alone. He'll never be alone, even after he graduates. Well, there's a little bit of a mix-up. I'm going to finish off with Giancarlo, but we do have another freshman that moved up, Jesus Ortiz, no relation that I know of, but good guy. And then we have Jesus Balcazar, team manager, helped to record, helped with equipment, helped keep the guys in line when I play, and of course, and then last but not least, Giancarlo Rustan, who's been the 2-time head captain of this team. He's been there through the good, the bad, the ugly. He's everything that everyone needs in a leader. He's there to support, he's there to motivate, he's there to encourage. He's by far one of the best midfielders the district has, and again, it's a very competitive district, all academic, first team all district. I'm sorry that we couldn't, send you to playoffs this year, but with your leadership, with your lessons, with everything that you brought to the team, you made games worth winning, and you made everything important whenever we showed up. It's not like we could just go to play. Winning and losing actually mattered, and taking it to the last game was very important, so thank you, Giancarlo.
Now Coach Raymond Garcia for the girls basketball.
Hey, good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank both of my assistants, Nancy Hernandez and Olivia Solis. They made it easy for me this year to make the transition. First of all, I'd like to be, I'm very happy to be their coach. This year I was caught by surprise. I wasn't expecting to be a coach, especially for the basketball, especially with girls. I've never ever coached girls. So I didn't know what I was going to expect. Pleasantly, I was very happy to say that they're real tough. As pretty as they look, they're very tough. And one of the things that I admire about them, one of them hardworking, they came to practice every day, and they gave me everything possible, left everything in the court, and for that I admire you. Zoe, Layla, Sierra, Kimberly, and Allison. Thank you very much.
One, two.
Now to introduce my varsity girls basketball team. Runner-ups in this week, making the playoffs. Very special group we have right here. Only one senior, Lady Mata, which is a leader. Again, I'm so honored, and I really am. When I got the opportunity to coach them, I was telling my wife I've been home, and it was 10 o'clock at night, and I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? It kind of like dawned on me like, this is not only, I'm the type of coach that when I do coach, I like to go at 100%. So my expectations from the get-go were, let's go get district and let's go to the playoffs. We fell short, but I can happily say we lost 2 games that were very close and tight, and we came runner-ups district and we made the playoffs. This is awesome. I like to add on the team we played in the playoffs were expecting a different team. We had played them earlier in the season and they ran all over us. So when we played them the second time, we had them in the ropes. We gave them a chance. Next year we'll get them. Let me quickly introduce Lady Mata, our MVP for the all district. Outstanding player, leader. Goes 100% every single time. I don't think she ever sits down. The minute she sits down, she's just waiting to go back again. We're gonna miss her. She's the only senior we're graduating. Like I said, she was outstanding, great leadership, great person, sunshine all the time. Okay, not this sunshine. Okay. Hannah Mata. Second team all district. Great rebounder. Believe it or not, at her height, she can really rebound. Tenacious, outstanding player. We'll be having her next year. Precious Vasquez. She got moved up to the varsity from the freshman team. I am really looking forward to seeing her blossom next year. We should have a great team next year. With her helping our team and being a lefty, we're going to be pretty tough to beat. So we'll be Precious Vasquez. Becca Camacho, first team all district. My point guards, great player, outstanding, awesome. Again, I can't say much little daughter, but she's doing great. Every time she touches the ball, she seems to do a wonderful thing with it. Pass the ball, rebound the ball, be part of the team, and a great leader also. If I could come out to you. And we got Emily Barrage Sunshine, who's going to be with us next year. I honestly think, and this is, she got robbed out of her title, but I told her next year, I don't want you to prove to the whole district what Emily Barrage is all about. She's a great player, a great team player. I mean, I can go on and on and on. So next year, expect a lot of great things from Emily Sunshine Barrage. Good job. Great girl. Half of the year I got her name wrong. I call her, but nonetheless, she's still responded. Great athlete, works hard, rebounds the ball. Okay, so we're getting her back next year, so I'm happy to have her next year. And Kirby, who got moved up also. They were there with us in the playoffs, getting some experience. They should be part of the team next year. Again, expect us next year to make a run, to have, first of all, take the district from La Feria, and go too deep in the district. Thank you for the great year, girls.
Next, we have Coach Rodriguez with the boys basketball, JV and varsity.
We're some players, but we go and recognize some JV players and the varsity guys. Obviously, you know, these guys come in, they work extremely hard. That's one of the things that I admire most about them. You know, they know that the expectation that they have to put in is super high, and it's not a coincidence that, you know, they have some success because they put the hard work in. That's something I'm proud of, that I can say that, you know, these guys will go through walls, you know, some of them, you know, JV guys, they fought hard a lot of the games, and it was good to see them compete. So the future is going to be bright for these guys, you know, so I'm proud of them. We have Nathaniel Gonzalez, you know, one of the guys that came into the JV this year. You know, he got a lot of rebounds, he was aggressive. A lot of the times he knocked a lot of the guys down off with the fouls, but he's going to be a force inside the paint. We have Jaden Martinez also. You know, we put him up at the free throw line, he threw his jumpers from there, so he did a great job. Another young man we have is Brian Martinez. This guy's a multi-sport athlete as well. You know, quarterback, he comes out there, he competes, lays up, dribbles the ball, whatever he's got to do. He does a phenomenal job doing that. And Coach Gadio was a coach for these guys, you know. So we kind of chipped in, helped out, and got these guys to understand what it takes to get to the next level. So thank you guys for the season you guys had. I'm going to speak on our seniors. You know, these guys, I got a lot of stories. I'm not going to say them all. But last year we lost, I think, 6 seniors, you know, and we only had 5 guys returning, so I had to fill a team. And a team, if you're going to have a successful team, you have to find the right pieces to fit. You know, they have to be willing to fill a role, willing to support their teammates if you're going to have a good team. So one of the guys that I talked to was Luke Valdez. Great kid, you know, hard worker for football, you know, any sport that he does. And I asked him, and I think it was in the weight room, I don't remember this, hey Luke, you want to play? Oh coach, I don't know, I don't really want to. And this young man was one of the great leaders on the team. And I'm glad these guys here right now because all these guys, these senior guys, are great leaders. And Luke would do anything, he would die for a ball, you know, go rough up another player from the other teams. He'd do anything he had to do just to get there. And that's one thing about Luke, whatever you ask him to do, he's going to do. So I'm very proud of him. And I thank you guys for paving the way for everybody else. So thank you for this. The next player I have is Adrian Garcia. You know, another guy that I asked to come out, you know, came in the summer. The secondary guy that paid for me, you know, dependable kid. You know, what do you look for in a team? It's not just about, you know, X and O's, or what are you going to do? What are you going to bring to the team? You know, what do you contribute to make the team successful? And this is another guy that was always there, came in on Saturdays. Some of these guys work, and they still come into the weight room. They would come into the track workout. They put in the time in the basketball court also. And Adrian, you know, never, you know, said no. He came in, put the work in, and one thing that I promised these guys that they're going to have a successful season. You know, they're going to always remember the season they had. So I'm proud of Adrian for coming out. So thank you, Adrian Garcia. Another guy is Cross Martinez. You know, these guys are also football players, you know, multi-sport athletes. Another guy that I come out and need enforcers on the court. Guys that are going to do the dirty work, you know, that are not scared, that are going to rough up, and we won a lot of games because of these guys doing the dirty work. The weightlifting that they did, they pulled the ball from the other player, they threw him to the ground sometimes. They did that, you know, and they matched up. And those are our football players that were able to rough up a lot of guys. So thank you, Carlos Martinez, also for coming out. The last young man I want to talk about is Rudy Barrera. You know, if you know Rudy, this guy is an ultimate competitor. You know, junior high, I've seen him grow up, I've seen him play. Leader on the football team, you know, multi-sport athlete. Strong in the weight room, you know, lifting weights. He was a point guard when he was in junior high. And this year he was asked to be a post player for us. And if you're not familiar with basketball, post players are usually 6 foot plus, 6'2", 6'3", kind of like Roger the size. And he's not that high, but he battled for rebound in the paint. You know, he'd make the smart plays. He got chosen for the All-Star game this past Sunday. He had 5 points. You know, he had some. He almost completed a behind-the-back pass that, who dropped that pass? I don't know what school was, but he just behind his back, completed an assist that way. So it's pretty amazing his skills that he has. We're going to miss these guys. You know, he was an all-district selection also. Everybody that credited our team always asked about Rudy Barrera. Hey, number 24, you know, what is he coming back? You know, we love the way he plays. You know, very coachable. And I'm truly proud of what they accomplished this year, and I'm looking forward to the next year because of what these guys sacrificed. You know, these guys came in and sacrificed, so that's a big part of it. They show these young guys what they got to do, and I'm proud to coach you guys, and good luck in the future, guys. Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Vecina on behalf of Coach Ramon for our tennis team.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading this on behalf of Coach Ramon, Superintendent Capistran, Coach Tony, high school administration, parents, families, and athletes. I have told my tennis team that the only thing that takes me away from them is my family. and my mother needs me at the moment. So I hope you'll understand and forgive me for not attending this year's ceremony. At this time, I would like all tennis athletes to come forward and acknowledge them whether they are present or not. Jose Baltazar. Saria Bowling. Aileen Cano Ramirez. Karen Cantu. Antonio Gaitán. Ivan Gomez. Alexandra Gonzalez. Brian Hernandez. Kimberly Juarez. Caleb Long. Sofia Gwen. Caleb Olin. David Olmos. Grace Ortiz. Ezequiel Palestina. Joaquin Rodriguez. Valeria Ruiz. Max Salazar. And Jared Salazar. In 2012, team tennis was added to our schedule, and for 10 consecutive years, Port Isabel Tennis has events to by-district, area, and even a regional semi-final appearance. This year, this team regained the title of district champions, a perfect undefeated season. Best wishes to our two seniors, Sofia Gwen and Jose Baltazar. Prayers for their success in their future endeavors. Individual season started immediately after team. They competed in several invitational tournaments and faced strong 6A and 5A opponents. The long and winding road led to the district showdown in March, where only the top two in each division advanced. So proud to announce that Ezequiel and Saria made it to the regional tournament for their second year. And Kieran Cantu earned the first of many appearances at regionals. Congratulations to these three athletes. With more hard work and perseverance, we can take even more tarpons next year. Look out, San Antonio, we're coming back. Tennis is a never-ending sport. We'll be on our beautiful courts all summer, excited to have some summer sessions under the new lights. Looking forward to the fall. Sincerely, Coach Ramon.
Next, we have cross country, Coach Hernandez and Coach Ortiz.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, thank you all for coming tonight. You know, it's very glad to see y'all's parents. Cross country, for some of y'all run first thing at 8 o'clock in the morning. I know it's hard for some parents to come out and watch these girls run, but thank you, parents, for the ones that were able to bring them. And we're here at 6 o'clock in the morning. I know it's hard hard to come in the morning and run? Who wants to get up in the morning and run? Well, these girls right here, they did it. Some of these girls, like Isa, Corina, Missy, Nadia, and Emily, that are not here present, they were here with me since May. Okay, they were running Monday to Thursday. Then I had Roslyn here, my senior. I got her out. I hadn't seen her since 7th grade to run cross country. She's a senior. I will be losing her this year. She placed 6th overall in district. She was an individual regional qualifier on her own. So a round of applause for Roslyn. Then we have Corina. She's my other senior. She will be leaving us. She's been running for me the last 3 years that I've been up here. It's been a blessing to have both of you girls here with me. Okay, well, we know we made the memories last, and you'll move on to better things. And then on my right side, I have Isa. This year, she was running varsity with me, JV. She was back and forth. She finished running in JV division, and she came in 8th place overall in the JV division. So thank you, Isa. And I have Daniela Hernandez. She also ran with me in junior high, and she was stubborn last year as well to come out and run. She showed up last year, the last district meet, and she ran. The same thing for Laura. Last year, the district meet, she came out and ran, and they found out the hard way. They have to be coming since May for them to be good to go to district running. So these ladies, Daniela and Laura, they joined us this year, the whole season, and they made the whole team full. All 7 runners, we qualified for regionals in a while. They placed 3rd overall in our district. And we snuck up on all our district, and we're not expecting PI to qualify for regionals with the group of girls we had. So thank you, parents. Thank you, school board, superintendent, and admin for your support this year.
One more.
Before we introduce our cross country for the boys, for these silver bells and cheerleaders, if you can join us over here in the front.
Hello, it's good to be back. So really quick, I'm very proud for this team too. This is a 2 years back-to-back regional qualifiers with a very young team. Half the team isn't here like the last time, but they're there for the races. So again, we have Edward Sanchez for the 3rd time over there. Thank you. Jesus Gaitan. Joaquin Rodriguez, who's the newcomer of the year. David Olmos. Which makes up the first half of the varsity team, and then the first half of the JV team goes with Julio Cortez, Oliver Olmos, Arnold Lopez, and Christopher Villalobos. I want to say a special thanks to Coach Harper for being such a great mentor and helping this team get back to regionals. I'm still a young teacher myself, but I don't believe that we ever stop learning. And it's been really a blessing just to learn what I can from you in such a short time, Coach. And so I just want to say a special thank you on behalf of the boys cross country team. Let's keep the show going, guys.
So I'm speaking on behalf of Mrs. Taylor. She's going to be here today, but these are some of our Silver Bells that dance under the lights on Friday Night Lights for our crowds here, and also compete in contests and have a spring show coming up later on this week. We really appreciate all your efforts in the arena of arts and dance. So we have Laura Esqueva, Daniela Hernandez, Esmer Montoya, Valeria Liz, and Julia. Thank you, ladies, for a great season.
Ready? 1, 2.
I'll also speak on behalf of Miss Bridson, who was unable to be with us this evening. She does send her apologies. This is our JV cheerleaders. They work tirelessly from the summer all the way through the end of the school year, cheering on our sports teams, our schools, getting ready for STAR. They do it all. They're the spirit of Port Isabel. We have Daniela Alonso, Zoe Baxter, UCA All-American Maria Cuevas, UCA All-American Angelina Delgado, UCA All-American Kimberly Estava, Isabella Galvan, Juliana Grenier, UCA All-American Julieta Reese, Allison Samaniego, and Precious Vasquez. Thank you, ladies, for a great season.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So now we'll introduce our varsity cheerleaders for Port Isabel High School. Transition to early college high school. So these girls have worked tirelessly also throughout the summer getting prepared for camp and then for the football season. And then not only that, but a lot of these faces are very familiar on the courts, on the field, in the classroom. They do it all, along with our JV cheer as well. So we have a great group of young ladies here who are part of our Spirit program here at Port Isabel. So we have Rebecca Camacho, Jr., Samantha De La Garza, sophomore, Skylar Fernandez, Jr., Andrea Garcia, sophomore, Valerie Gonzalez, Jr., Crystalie Grenier, sophomore, Juliana De Leon, Jr., senior captain and UCA All-American, Selena Marchand, senior UCA All-American, Oasis Martinez, Hallie Hannah Mata, sophomore, senior UCA All-American, Lainey Mata, senior April Puente, sophomore, Graciela Salinas, and sophomore, Stacy Suarez. Congratulations, ladies, for a great season. All right, so back in August, when we first started this venture of volleyball, it was quite interesting. We had an enormous amount of interest in the program, in the sport in general. We started out with 58 volleyball players, and I am proud to say we ended with 58 volleyball players. I think I could give Coach Tony a run for his money with his volleyball team. We had 5 teams overall. We had 2 light teams, JV and freshmen. We had 2 dark teams, freshmen and the JV, and of course 1 varsity team. We could not have had a successful season without our coaching staff. We had Michelle Lopez, who was a JV dart coach, and we had Coach Jessica Hedrick was also the freshman coach, and we tackled the 5 teams. The amazing coaches balanced it all, you know, from scheduling to being able to coach multiple teams back to back. It's quite challenging, but we have amazing coaches here at Port Isabel, so we got it done. So the 9th grade volleyball team finished 4th overall with 2 teams for a total of 24 freshman girls. They always competed, and they are gearing up for next season already. Excellent job, Lady Tarpons. The future is bright here, definitely in Port Isabel. Congratulations. So next we have the JV volleyball program. The JV volleyball program carried 18 girls strong this year, was coached by Michelle Lopez. They also had 2 teams, the dark and the light this year. They had to learn quite a few things coming into the JV arena, from offense to defensive sets that will carry them over into the next school year. Great job, ladies. Last but not least, we have the varsity volleyball players that compete this year. So let me just tell you, amongst all 58 girls, a good majority of them have already started playing for next year, which didn't happen last season because we started literally August 1st. We've already hit the ground running, you know, and these girls are ready to go for next season, are putting in the work. We have about 83 days and counting until the start date of our next season. So we're gearing up for that, and we're going to definitely make stronger appearance in the district. So this year, the varsity volleyball team finished a couple games shy of the playoffs. They challenged all of their opponents with their strong serves and relentless plays. They competed extremely well this season, have already begun the pursuit of next year's goals and achievements. So we have junior, our libero for this season was Kimberly Ray Barrera. She was also honorable mention in the district. We have sophomore middle Emily Barrage, 17 all district, all academic team as well. Freshman opposite Nadia Flagg, honorable mention all academic team. Defensive specialist Corina Gonzalez, one of our seniors. Junior Chelsea Gonzalez, honorable mention, also outside. Starting middle, Valerie Gonzalez, honorable mention for the district. Senior Veronica Lopez, an outside hitter, also honorable mention for the district. Defensive specialist, sophomore, Hallie Hanamata, honorable mention for all academic team. Had a couple managers this season. One of them was being Jackie Palacios, senior manager. Senior Crystal Sanchez, played opposite this year. Junior Alexa Vega, defensive specialist. She was honorable mention for the district, all academic team. Sophomore, Desiree Vidali, she's was also honorable mention this year, defensive specialist. And then we had senior Malia Villarreal, defensive specialist, utility, whatever we asked Malia to do, she got the job done. Honorable mention for the district as well. We have two seniors that I failed to mention purposely. We have Lainey Mata and Selena Marchand. Those were our two captains this year that led our team. Let me tell you, when we first started, I'm not going to go into detail with the first day of practice, but it was a little bit hilarious, the bunt. So I was trying to refer to some type of analogy for these girls to be able to pass with technique and stuff, and I just went into softball for some odd reason, and I forgot that I had some softball players in the mix, and they're looking at me like, what is she doing? Coach Lopez, softball coach as well, failed to even correct me. Thank you, Coach Lopez. But nonetheless, it was a hilarious moment to start our season. And Selena and Lainey. Selena had never played setter, but I would have never guessed that. I said, you two are going to be the setter this year. You're going to run the offense. This is what you're going to do. I'm going to help you as much as I can. And you're going to lead the team. And they did. I couldn't have been more prouder to have these two ladies on the team trying to learn along with lead are very challenging obstacles to do, but we couldn't have a better duo this year on this volleyball program within this entire program in general lead this team, and we're really going to be sad to see them leave. But we know that they have definitely paved the way for the future volleyball teams and athletes here at Port Isabel High School. And right now we have Lainey, she's coaching, volunteering coaching our upcoming teams. And so we have Malia as well helping out in that respect. And that's what these kids do. They do whatever you ask them to do. If it's, something that they can't do, they ask. Great leaders, great student athletes, amazing young ladies, and we're just blessed to have this group of young ladies along with all the other ones in this program this year. Thank you.
Would football please come up, all the football players and football coaches? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. For the most part, we're real proud of our kiddos. 2 years ago, Coach Tony got hired in the middle of COVID, and we were doing, with these seniors, we were doing Jane Fonda workouts through the computer. And so they were doing all this and trying to make sure that they lift weights and do all their exercises. But they endured our virtual workouts, and they were able to win a by-district last year, being 8-4. And then this year, we kind of thought that we would be a little bit better. So sure enough, we did. Before I get talking about the varsity, with all the JV, do we have any JV guys? Please step forward. All the JV guys, step forward. Our JVs were coached by Kyle DeMoss and John Bowden and Roger Delgadillo. They went 10-0 and they're undefeated. Give them a big round of applause. Okay, JVs, you all stay back. The varsity had a real unusual year. We tried to build on what we had last year. We're 8-4. We're a by-district champion. We beat the number one team in the region, the Regional Springs. They were 10-0. We knocked them off, and just a tremendous effort. And it was really difficult to top that, but our guys stepped up. We were 9-3, had the best offense and the best defense in the local area. Our defense probably saved our bacon all the time. They were always coming up with big plays. Albert Barberena and the whole defensive staff, they came up with some great schemes and opportunities. Let's give the defensive staff a great round of applause. They were the number one defense in our area, the number one defense in the area. And a lot of the times that what we did with those guys is we taught them scenarios and situation scenarios, and so they're able to go. Anybody on the varsity, please step forward if you play defense. If you play defense. And just like everything else, as the year went on, we got a little bit better, and then we started shutting people out at the end of the year, and we ended up beating Ingleside. If y'all remember, the year before, we lost to Ingleside like 54-14. And then this year, we returned the favor. I think we beat them 42-14. So give them a real big round of applause for the defense. Okay, guys, step back. Okay, if you played offense, step forward, varsity. You notice the same guys, right? You notice the same guys. They had to always come on there. But our offense is not a spread offense. It's a run-dominated deal, and so we're slotting this direction, and all our guys just continue to get a little bit better, and we ended up being dominant, and it kind of culminated with the Ingleside game. We put in a few plays, some little G's and stuff that Ingleside never seen, and Ingleside's still upset about them losing to us. They just didn't know what hit them. But the good thing is, if you look at our guys, most of them are underclassmen. We had some great seniors, and the future looks really bright. Okay, offensive guys, step back a little bit. Okay, let's start off with our seniors. Step forward, seniors. Give a big round of applause for seniors. You notice there's only like 6 or 7 seniors out of a group of 50, so we got 43 coming back next year. But I want to tell you something, every single one of these seniors, they're going to be very difficult to replace. You can go up and down the list there, Nathan, Luke, Rudy, Caleb, Adrian, Cross, Isaiah. I mean, they're just in every step of the way, they're worth 2 or 3 people. And what we do when when we scheme, I try to put all my seniors, I kind of sprinkle them like sprinkles on a cake. I don't put two seniors back to back. I kind of put them all over the place so that they can help coach, and they're like assistant coaches. I know Coach Howard was talking about the volleyball team and how we got Rainy Mata coaching. Well, Rudy Barreda was coaching our 7-on-7 in the beginning, so give him a big round of applause. Okay, seniors, step on back. Okay, how many of you guys made all district? You know that. Step forward if you made all district. All you guys, there's quite a few of them, all district. First team, second team. We really don't, talk to our kids about making all district. It just happens. But these guys in Port Isabel, that's what it is. And so they get honored by the district, and we're real proud of all of them. We're proud of all the coaches. And so let's just give these guys that were 9-3, by-district champions, back-to-back, 2 years in a row, a big round of applause. Thank you. Oh, pictures. There you go. Get together.
Thank you, Coach. We have one more award. I would like parents to just give us a few more minutes. I promise in the next 5 minutes we'll be out.
I want some food. Oh, okay. Let me eat that too.
So if Sophia Gwen, Michaela Hancock, Roxy Dodd, Jose Angel Alfaro, Selena Marchand, Hector Cross Martinez, Oasis Martinez, Lady Mata, Jacqueline Palacios, William Snyder, and Atticus Walker come over to the front. This award is through the University's Interclassic League, UIL School Award, was created to recognize and honor those students who have shown the ability and demonstrated the discipline necessary to perform academically and yet participate in extracurricular activities. This award states that the commitment of the UIL to academic excellence is a competition. The award goes to the students who meet all of the following criteria. They're graduating seniors, they're top 10% of their class of 2023, and have participated in at least one UIL activity, academic, athletic, or music during their high school career. Let's give them a round of applause. To close our ceremony, we call on April Puente, Jacqueline Palacios, and Malia Villarreal to lead us in the closing remarks. Again, parents, as you leave, please make sure you get some appetizers back there, finger foods.
Tonight has been an evening of celebration. This night would not have been possible without the help of so many individuals such as our coaches, Isabel CHS leadership team, and the office staff, coming together to create a wonderful ceremony. Special thanks to our parents. Thank you for all the support you provide us throughout our school years. We greatly appreciate and love you for that.
Tonight, classmates, it is wonderful to see us together celebrating our athletic accomplishments. Let's continue making Port Isabel Early College High School proud. We are the future of Port Isabel and our regional community. Without a doubt, we will continue making an impact on the world we live in. We are down to the last days of this school year and are prepared to make the best of them. Thank you for joining us this evening and congratulations to all. Have a safe trip home.
Esta noche ha sido llena de celebraciones. Esta noche fue posible gracias a nuestros coaches, a la administración y personal de la oficina. Juntos logramos hacer esta ceremonia especial. Muchas gracias a nuestros padres, gracias por todo su apoyo. Les agradecemos, apreciamos y nos queremos mucho. A nuestros compañeros es hermoso estar aquí celebrando nuestros logros. Sigamos haciendo nuestra escuela orgullosamente y siendo un ejemplo al futuro. Gracias por venir, felicidades, buen viaje a casa. Dios los bendiga.